Cheers and welcome my friends, I'm Horath and we are playing Tyranny as a noble mage on hard difficulty. Welcome back! It appears that one of our spires, the main spire in Vendrian Well, is under siege after we killed Kern, the Archon of Stone. The Scarlet has decided to attack us because we blighted their land. We blighted the Stone Sea completely so they can't eat. And in a move of desperation, I guess, the Voices of Horath is moving against us. Now, in between episodes, I actually went ahead and changed up my spells to take full advantage of the whole bouncing thing. I changed basically every spell to include that, even the ones that don't just jump to the other people, but instead just bounces. So these might be less effective, but I'm just going to try them, the stone one and the fire one. But I also have doubled up on these spells. If you don't make them exactly the same, I've given this one the bleeding sigil and this one the additional projectile sigil, then you can have multiple of one type. So this one will put people in stasis, this one will give multiple projectiles, this one mage fire, this one... Oh, this one is mage fire as well, I just changed another aspect. Yeah, the time, I guess. So that's fine, and I've done the same thing for the others. Now we're basically looking at the attack spells on the left. I completely gotten rid of the whole boulder in a line thing and stuff like that. It's nice, but this stuff is way more effective. And the crowd control stuff is on the right over here. We've got 3 times crowd control over here with Lantry, the Passage of Hours, and these two. And I also made the healing spell, which also does a bounce thing. It bounces 4 times to other people, and it has 4 projectiles. So it's gonna heal a crap ton, I guess. Then we got her. She has 3 times the Phantom Bolt in different versions, but it's still gonna help her to increase her control Gravelight. I wish I'd done that earlier. Just focus these people on mainly one sort of magic. And then the crowd control over here, having the Territor's Grip, taking someone out of battle for 16 seconds. It's pretty nice. And then we got her. I have just gone ahead and activated her stance over here. That allows her to go through her songs 25% faster. Should have done that a while ago. And yeah, then she also has a bunch of spells. Actually, I'm going to pull that one over here. And yeah, I'm going to pull that one over here on the outside. Right, so shall we try and break that siege now? I think we will. Let's go. And let's travel back to Vendrian's Well. I really would like to go into Cacophony. Howling masses of Horath's horde reside here amongst the dry, rocky plateaus clustered in the Stone Sea's outer rim. That's something that I would like. But yeah, I guess we have to go to the mountain spire. Oh, we can't go in there. Vendrian's Well Citadel. Citadel is presently surrounded by Kairos' forces and cannot be accessed by foot. Okay, currently inaccessible. I guess we have to fight our way down by teleporting into Vendrian's Well. At least I think the quest text said that they are in there. Oh, Iron Marshal is there again. Greeting, Fatebinder. Greetings. The Iron God salutes you with a clattering salute. Our oath-bound scouts alerted us to a Scarlet Chorus assault on your spire, and Lord Ash insisted we send aid at once. I've assembled a... The massive sculpture rumbles, shaking the masonry of the spire and sending her off balance. What? They're trying to topple my things. God damn it. Ooh, the thing is moving. Holy shit. Something's happening. The orb in the center of the resonator spins with the push of some unseen force. Where the structure once exuded warmth, now it gives off a ferocious heat that singes your face the longer you stare into it. A sound like music swarms in the air around the structure, but it's painful and disharmonious to your ears. By Kairos' hairy backside! Ab covers her ears and takes a step back from the structure at the center of the spire. That music, it's awful. Feels like my teeth are ripping their way out of my mouth. Don't you hear it? She attempts to sign a rune, only to see her pattern fizzle into steam. And it's your name. Listen real close, and it's your name said over and over until it's just one mystic wail. The spire is now fully awake. Its long dormant currents of energy dance to your presence. I'm pretty sure that's not what Ash wanted. Crouching to the ground to steady herself, Arenya stays low to the ground until the trembling subsides. Feels like something is shaking the spire. The chorus can't pull off that sort of magic. What in Kairos' name is going on? As the ruler of this spire, I have a mystic link to this place. Give me a moment and I'll get to the bottom of this. I don't suppose this magical spire of yours has some warding magic or something of that ilk? I'm pretty certain it does, actually. She points down toward the chorus troops amassing below. Unshakable courage and superior training will only take us so far against that larger force. When I broke the Edict of Fire, I was flooded by an intuition of how it all works. I could try proclaiming it without Kairos' words. That's a possibility. If we could use edicts ourselves, we would be pretty powerful. We would also have to fight Kairos, which is not something that I relish, but oh well. That might be a thing. Let's try it. You would act the overlord? We're under attack. This is hardly the time for blasphemy, wishful or otherwise. She shakes her head with a quiet mutter to Graven Ash. Do it. Shout and yell and pretend you're Kairos. And when we're done, we'll discuss the real plan. Use the resonator. Nice. I really like this. Let me just save here. And then let's use the resonator. Kick some Scarlet chorus butt. The mystic hum of the spire pauses to the cadence of your heart. The ancient structure awaits your command. There's so much that doesn't make sense. Perhaps your allegiance to Graven Ash is shaping you in some fashion. You have established some sort of mystic link with this spire. No, I'm no expert on magic, but I can't help but liken it to the general's mystic link to me and the rest of his warriors. The air ripples with heat and the spires hum. A low chanting of your name echoes through your head. I'm not sure who's actually in control here. Is the spire enhancing my powers, or am I fueling the power of the spire? Your mind drifts to bygone days and past events. Along with the rush of memories you know as your own comes a surge of There's something wrong here. Along with the rush of memories you know as your own comes a surge of images, voices, and pangs of joy and sadness, either long forgotten or remembered by someone else. The heat of the burning library still radiates in your lungs and heart. While it's a bit disconcerting that you occasionally exhale steam, the effect seems a harmless reminder of the power lurking inside of you. The clawing weight of granite over your head, the pressing slabs of gneiss against your chest. These memories of Kern now live in your mind, as does the recipe of his undoing. Pinpricks of electricity spark behind your eyeballs, and the slightest breath in fills your lungs with a rush of moist air. You move to brush rust and bronze dust from your skin, only to realize the sensation is just a phantom itch of the blade grave. They say only the Overlord can create an edict. It has never been clear if the Overlord can destroy an edict, and when an edict is resolved, what becomes of the colossal quantities of mystic energy bound into said edict? The moment you uttered the question, I could see your attention wander off. Did the spire share anything enlightening? The edicts you've encountered crowd into your immediate memory. Whatever splinter or fragments of the edicts you helped to resolve have taken root, flowering into your mind as intuitive understanding. There's something else I'm curious about. Well, I'm gonna go with this one first. Kairos' edict makes sense to me. The spire can amplify my voice and my power. I'm confident this will work. But only the Overlord has the power of the edict. The Iron Marshal shakes her head with a sigh. But I'm a woman of swordplay and tactics, not magic. If what you say is true, perhaps it is Kairos' will that it can do this. I doubt it. The sensation of power that was at first a pressure in your lungs now surges with each beat of your heart. All of the tears look upon the spires and think of you. Their fear, their admiration, their terror. With the spire, all of this can be harnessed and used to your purposes. The edicts you've encountered crowd into your immediate memory. Whatever splinter or fragments of the edicts you helped to resolve have taken root, flowering into your mind as intuitive understanding. I can't have been the first person to mess with this device. You feel a presence standing adjacent to you in space, but centuries from you in time. For a moment, she seems aware of you, or perhaps you're remembering her speaking to someone standing in the very same spot. She speaks to the spire and the spire listens, echoing her words. And while she speaks with conviction, her words are not edicts. She lacks the understanding, the conviction. Images of half a dozen figures swarm through your mind. All of them walked atop this ancient perch, and each discovered but a sliver of the spire's potential. What did the spire show you? The spire is showing me a woman was here long ago, along with a few other fleeting visitors, but I doubt any were the spire's master. I'm in awe of your capacity to speak with architecture, but how does this help us here and now, with an army coming at us? The air ripples with heat and the spires hum. A low chanting of your name echoes through your head. My link to the spires is confounding. Why me? I lay claim to Ascension Hall. You hear your own voice echo in your mind. Let us be free of this edict. Your mind flashes back to the assault on Ascension Hall, to the moment you fulfilled the wording of Kairos' edict. Sensations of searing heat and chilling cold course through your body as you relive the weightless moment when the edict broke. The fateful instance when the levy vanished and the arcane currents of Kairos' magic were set free. It was in this moment that the spire's old sigil of awakening, long covered by its prior occupants, was set ablaze by the arcane tempest. The spire knows the first moment it found you, and so now you know this too. But whether the meeting was by accident or design is unknown to both of you. I can see you standing here, but your face looks like it's leagues away. What are you sensing? There was a flash of the assault on Ascension Hall. Well, should I really be telling her this? I proved my worth by resolving Kairos' edict. Now the spire has chosen me. I do not pretend to understand what you're witnessing. I'm just thankful the voices of Horath is not the master of the spire. I shudder to think what sort of advantage he would gain from this thing. The air ripples. We already read that. The spires and the tiers are linked. Just how far does this connection go? As soon as your mind finishes the intent of your question, you lose sense of your feet, and your vision expands to the spires on the horizon. I'm gonna meditate and silence my thoughts. As you would command your arms to extend, you think outward, your mind feeling cognizant of the verticality of the spire. You follow the sensation down to the soil, and your sensation stretches underground, radiating through the Vendrian's Well Valley and branching out to the old walls that ring the mountains, and from here, out to the surrounding old walls and spires of the tiers. You issue a soft hum into the resonator and then fall silent, stretching your senses across the tiers to hear how far your voice can be felt. The power of the edict swells inside of you, yet your voice is but a whimper everywhere Kairos' edict still holds sway. But where Kairos' edicts no longer churn, your voice echoes with power. Should you will it, the spire will resonate your voice across these lands, enacting a new edict of your own making. Judging from that distant look on your face, I'd say the spire sent you a vision. What do you make of it? I'm not gonna give that information away. That would just be stupid. That's none of her business. The spire is showing me the breadth and width of my power. It is for me alone to know. I'm in awe of your capacity to speak with architecture, but how does this help us here now? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna touch the resonator and concentrate. What could possibly go wrong? As you touch the stone structure, your sense of the moment slows and feel the entirety of the spires at your fingertips. The spire stands ready to channel your will. Amazing. I can bring on edicts on my own. Okay. Vendrian's Well. 500. Ooh, I have to spend power? Edict of Stone. 2 of them are locked. So what can we do with this? Party effects. Plus 15 to all magic skills. 15% of frost damage converted to health. 5% potion effectiveness. Enemy effects. Magic is improved. Empowered Bane. -4 quickness. The Edict of Fire brings the energy of fire to large regions of the world. This generates incredible heat, sometimes flame, as well as strengthening the powers of magic. The Edict of Stone leaches magical energy from the sky and living creatures, storing it in the rocks below. This energy can lead to earthquakes and the slow petrification of the living. 20 defense against prone attacks. That seems like the thing that I should use. -15 to all magic skills. Although I don't want to lose my magic skills actually. But the Scarlet Chorus doesn't use the stone stuff. Or Edict of Storms will generate a massive storm that covers huge areas of the world. The chaotic energy unleashed will cause random damage to strike your enemies during combat. Okay, that sounds like the thing I want. I mean, having more magic skill. I can only select Venrian's Well. That's all that I can do. And I have to expand my power, which is not something that I want. Do I really have to do this? Tremors and earthquakes plague the region. Periodic rumbles and shifting cause characters to fall prone in combat. All characters have stone magic skill increased. The party gains an increase to prone defense, while foes have prone durations increased. Exhausting desert-like heat withers the region and dries up all natural sources of water. All characters have their magic skill increased. The Fatebinder's party also heals a portion of frost damage received, and consumables are far more effective. Foes become fatigued and have a penalty to quickness. Looks like I actually want to go with the Edict of Storm here. The torrential rain plaguing the land, increasing the power of shock spells and lowers the effectiveness of fire spells. That is what the Scarlet Chorus is using, so I might as well cut into their ability to control exactly that power. Torrential rain plaguing the land, increasing the power of shock spells and lowers the effectiveness of fire spells. We're gonna do that. We're gonna have our own Edict of Storms in Venrian's Well. Holy crap. This would only take a little bit. Doesn't look like I'm actually gonna spend too much of it. Okay, let's go with it. Chop chop. Now things are gonna get really interesting. I think we're done with being a Fatebinder of Tunon. Holy shit. Nice. I think we're untouchable as long as we're in the spires. What in graven Ash's name? The Iron Marshal turns about, taking the view in all direction. But Kairos didn't give an edict to read, so how did... I'm gonna glare silently. You did that? Her hands grasped for her chest. But only Kairos can cast an edict. I'm gonna glare silently. Your voice carries the weight of the Overlord's magic. She dips into a bow. I should not have doubted you. The Chorus have no idea what they've just walked into. The Iron Marshal smashes her gauntlets together with a quiet chuckle. Binder, let us strike now. We must seize the moment and swing their panic into a rout. Hoisting her blade in hand, Irenius moves toward the exit. Fatebinder, I will get the carnage started. Join me when you're ready, and we'll deal with whatever rabble remains. Okay, so now we got our own Edict of Storms going on over here. That was amazing. Defeat the invaders. It looks like a bit of a change in magic is in order. We're not going to be using fire here at all. We're going to go for more lightning. So I think we'll just go for the lightning jolt. Make it bounce. And what does that one do? Mark? No. Bleeding? No. We're going to go for more projectiles and make it different in some other form or fashion. I want him very strong, and I think I want its duration increased. Well, no, that one is needed. 190. I won't be able to assign that one, I don't think. No, I will. Okay, go away then. Fire spell. The others I think I'm going to leave as is. Although, I mean, I might as well. Just change that, take that sigil, make it stronger, and give it a couple more projectiles. Reduce the recovery time. Oh, can't give you that one? Oh, that's too complicated. Well, let's go with that one. And some increased range then. Yes. I mean, the increase in magical skills would be pretty nice, but I doubt that it's really a thing that we need to do. I'm gonna keep the other ones. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's go, I think. How are the effects over here? Right. Okay, let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna take back our own spire. Oh, we're in the courtyard already. Interesting. Didn't expect that, did you? Nice. Ah, there are some of them. Death Knell. A gang of rain-soaked Scarlet Horath trails behind Death Knell, a mixture of awe and confusion resting upon their faces. What foul trick are you playing such that the weather comes to your aid? I should thank you for separating the wheat from the chaff. The sight of seeing dozens struck dead by lightning made a good show to startle the deadweights. She points back behind her shoulder, leaving the bravest with the privilege of tearing off your limbs, one joint at a time. She turns to her soldiers and lets out a primal howl, her warriors echoing the battle cry in dissonant tones. Oh, insufficient reputation. With rage in their eyes, the warriors ready their weapons, eager for a fight. Fools, did you not hear me proclaim that edict? Either I cast that edict myself or did so with the Overlord's blessing. Think that through very carefully. Do not liken yourself to the Overlord. Your magic may have startled my weaker troops, but your magic is nothing my own blood chanters could not affect. Isn't that right? She looks to one of her mages for a nod of approval, but is met instead with a blanched look of fear, mouth agape in terror. Enough talk! You will be trampled and forgotten. Only the voices of the rot will remember your name. Right, this is gonna be this is gonna be supremely funny. Okay then, we're gonna start off with a nice haste spell on myself. I will also have her bring a haste spell on her own. That's gonna be good. And then we have Edict of Storms, so a lot more control lightning. This is gonna be fun, you shall see. We definitely wanna slow her down, but I think we'll just go for this one. Have our spells jump from one to the other. And Ab, I wouldn't mind. Is that the one with the stasis shield? Yes, it is. So let's go with that one. Action!
If you think it will help.
Come on, guys. Okay. So now this one is stunned. And I'm back, and I'm hastened now, so let's just go with throwing as many of these spells as we can, right? So, let's go with that one. And then that one. And then that one. And then we're gonna go for the frost spells. 1, 2. And then that one is gonna be dead, I'm pretty sure of it. You will be throwing that one. And then that one, and we'll see how it goes. And that's about it.
Easy as can be.
Okay, I gained control lightning. Oh, that one's already dead, is it? No, Death Knell is barely injured. How did that happen? Oh, and they have a sage on their side. Really? You bastard. That's not right. We're gonna throw you over with that one, and then another one. Ebb, you're still shooting with your thingy over here. Siren, want that one. Go off. Oh, they're on the same timer. Right. Ability cooldown active. That's a bit of a problem then. Okay, I did not know that was the case. It's fine though. It's fine, but I'll have to reconfigure my spells after this. Because that's not too great. I have to be able to do that multiple times. Yeah, you see that they're all on the same cooldown timer. I guess it's not quite as great as I thought it would be. It's still fine. Let's go with the Rhyme Spike over here. Let's send Ebb and do a little bit of jolting. That's gonna be okay. And we got Siren. You're gonna go for that one. Come on, guys. Unlimited chaos. I took a wound, though. I did take a wound. I guess one of these assholes exploded. Maybe. Well, tell you what, we're gonna throw something on that guy in the back. Yeah, I think we'll go for the petrification here. Ebb, you could still go for fireball, and you, Siren, go for fireball as well. Nice.
Anyone else want some of this?
Okay, we're down to spells. That's actually not too good. I'm pretty ill, so I think we'll try to heal me. I guess it makes sense that they're attacking me. Ebb, let's try to petrify that one. And oh, I can go for the area of nightmares, so I'll do that one. I want to see the area of nightmares at least once. I've been wounded again, I guess. They should have been struck by lightning, though.
Right.
Okay, we have the healing spell go off now. Oh, and there are more of them. Interesting. Very interesting. Which is the one that we want? Stunned affliction. Bleeding. That is the one with the increased projectile, so let's go with that one. Let's try to petrify you. I'll put you into stasis at least. Oh, and there's still another sage. I really should have killed all the sages. And there's not gonna be any more meek talk about stuff. Where's the nightmare? Where's our nightmare? Oh, over here. Right? Yeah, embodied nightmare. Cool. Very cool. Let's try and petrify that sage in the back.
If you think it will
I think my other spells are up again, so let's go for that one. Oh wait, is that one the one with the mage fire? Yeah.
die.
So that's okay. Oh, that one didn't bounce. That's a bit of a shame. But let's go and bounce that one. It's not really a problem. We're taking care of these guys anyways. That stuff is done. Just going back and forth.
Nobody saw that, right?
I wonder how we gain power back. Okay, that one's dead. Let me go for another stone spell here. I do want those bolts. I think they
Well played.
looked kind of fine. That's stunned. That's the one with the 2 projectiles. So let's go for that one.
Will do.
Lantry, go ahead and petrify that one. Okay, 2 more projectiles, and they're dead. I gained renown with the Azure Shield. That's nice. Muffled laughter comes from under Irenia's great helm. That's right, you filthy peasants! Run for your lives! Tell Nerod what you saw here! The chorus is running in every direction, scattered to the winds, as it were. The few brave enough to stand their ground against the Edict of Storms are dead. The day is ours. Leave the clean-up to me and my brethren. You should take your rightful place perched atop the spire. No better way to savor this victory than with a commanding view of your enemy fleeing across the valley. Gotta return to the mountain spire. I do want to loot people, because that's how I do it. Crimson Great Spear. A lot of damage, but I doubt that it's really gonna be very useful to me. Blood Chanted Leathers. Is that better than what you're wearing, for example? Not really, but if I were to upgrade it, it might be better. Well, we'll worry about that later.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything more to do in here. Next time we'll go up to the spire, revel in our glory, and we'll see where we go from there. I think an attack on the Voices of Narod would be in order. Maybe we'll be attacking him. I think that might be a thing. Maybe throwing one more edict over his area. He is currently in the Stone Sea, so we could go with another Edict of Lightning. I kind of like it. I will have to change our spell configuration. Apparently it doesn't work. I can't have all these things on the same cooldown. That's a real problem, so I gotta change that around. But yeah, for now I'm gonna end it here. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you didn't, tell me why in the comments so I can improve. And if you want to see more of the series in the future, please consider subscribing to the channel. From now on, there will be no more meek talk to Archons. We are powerful in our own right, so screw them all. Hope you join me next time. Thanks and bye-bye.